Good morning. I'm just zooming out a bit there. That was a bit in your face this morning. And hang on, I'm just going to do this. Woo! Sorry, I was filming last night and forgot to adjust my camera back to regular programming this morning. Good morning, how are you? Michelle House here from Rich Living. Welcome to High Vibes at 5:55. Yeah, I'm your host, Michelle House. Hey, I just want to jump in and I'm just going to call up my Facebook page. Yesterday, somebody made a comment on the video that I did for High Vibes yesterday, and I just want to pull up her question because it's a great question, and I'm sure that sometimes I go on about a particular topic and forget to answer the simple questions like, hello, Caroline. It was Caroline. Caroline Gwynn, how do you decide what your triple numbers are, please? Such a great question. And I didn't cover that when we've been talking about signs this week. So you don't decide. This actually goes in line. Also, I think you had another question in there about intuition and instinct. I think that was your question too. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Nice to see you. So I want to cover off two things really quickly this morning. I want to cover off instinct and the difference between instinct and intuition, and also answer that question for you, Caroline, about the signs. Now, the signs, Robin, would you mind tagging Caroline Gwynn for me so she gets to see the answer to this morning? Thank you very much. Right, okay, so the signs, how do you decide? Well, this is the beauty of us stepping out of the I space and into I'm a co-creator space, and we actually have the signs appear for us. So for me, my business numbers 222 and 888. When I was creating my some programs last year, I was working out what the costs were and then how much I was going to charge people, and the price came up to $218.35 or something like that, right? And what landed in my mind at that moment was make it 222. So I didn't decide. I know I kind of did, but I didn't. Something said make it 222, and I questioned it because I went, that's a really weird number, 222. Why would you do 222 when all of the market research and everybody else is doing programs for 197 and 147 and 198 or 199? Why would you pick 222? And I decided, you know what? That's something landed from somewhere. I don't know where. Yes, it was my thought, but it was an instant thought. It wasn't something that I had thought about and worked out and programmed, if you like. So I had to go, and I went, oh, well, let's see how 222 goes. And then when I was pricing up, so 222 was part of the payment plan for the bigger package. And when I priced up the, when I priced up the bigger package at 888, the same thing happened. So then my numbers, then I went, that's really, and it looked cool, it felt good. It was different. It was unusual. It stood out. It was noticed by lots of people. Lots of people went triple numbers. I'm seeing the triple numbers. That's really cool that you've gone down that way. If they weren't randomly picked out of the air, that's not what I'm saying. I did do a bit of work in between, but then I was trying to pick the number to actually advertise at. I hope this is making sense. Making sense to me. And then the 333. It wasn't that I decided I needed to be in some kind of spiritual contact with my mum who had passed away. I didn't decide that. The universe showed me the 330. So I don't know if you know the story. My mum passed away really suddenly at the age of 59 while she was on holidays in China. It was very traumatic. It was very sad and very overwhelming. And then 3 months after she died, I saw the number 3:33 a.m. on the clock for 3 days in a row. So I didn't decide to see the 3:33. What happened was I noticed the 3:33. So I didn't notice the 3 days or the 3 months until a bit later, but I noticed the 3:33 3 times in a row. And that is what made me become aware of numbers. I think that was probably when I first started to explore that. So I didn't decide 333. Funny enough, 333 is to do with ascended masters looking over you. And to me, my mum is an ascended master. And, in the reference material, it refers to people like Jesus and Buddha and Allah. It wasn't, my mum to me was an ascended master at that time. So that's when I started to notice things, I guess. And it's more along the lines of you kind of go, you don't decide. Sometimes I do now. Don't get me wrong. Initially, I didn't. I do now. But when I was getting started, which I think is what you're doing, Caroline, is you just notice. So I've got another friend who notices feathers. And for her, the feathers are really present when she is connected or thinking about her husband who passed away. Then I've got other people who are really connected to animals like birds or a totem, like what they call a totem or a spirit animal. There was another one for me that I've just remembered. I was doing going for my exercise and walking around the block, and I should have written it down actually because it's just popped in. I remember seeing dead birds. So it wasn't live birds, but it was a week's worth of dead birds. Now, usually you'd see a dead bird on the road because it's been hit by a car, but these dead birds were in my path. So they were on the footpath. And I remember looking at the first bird and going, why is there a bird on the footpath dead? That's unusual. I guess that's the first thing that happens is I go, that's unusual. Poor bird. If I did my walk, wasn't there the next day. The bird had gone. A couple of days later, another bird just there on the grass next to the footpath. And I'm going, it's really weird. Not in the same place, but in the same suburb, if you like, but not in the same spot. And I go, that's really weird. That's the second bird I've seen dead on the footpath. So it's more that kind of thing is what you're noticing. And then you go, I'm going to go look that up. And you go look it up and you see the meaning and you relate it to your life. Very similar to a dream, looking up your dreams. So it actually comes to you first and you go, that's strange. I wonder what that means. And then when you become more practiced at it and like I say, you've built up an evidence kit behind you that goes, every time I see 222, this happens, or every time I see 888, this happens, or the time that we had 47 magpies in our backyard for more than a day. And, again, I can't remember the details of the story, but it was beautiful. We had this beautiful sound of these gorgeous chirping magpies. It was last summer or the summer before. And it was unusual. Like for 3 days, there were these birds in our backyard. Like not one, not two, not three, but 47, right? So then I go look that up and I go, well, that means that's pretty significant, and relate it back to my life. Do I live by that truth day by day? I integrate it into my way of being, of course, or it affirms for me that I'm on the right track, or it makes me do a slight adjustment and go, hang on a second, I think you've gone off path, come back. So signs work for some people who want to embrace that different way of living, and signs don't work for other people. So 222 and 888, which is where we started with this conversation, 222 and 888 for me are the ones that I've decided that relate to my business. So I then after it was shown to me, I then decided. So 333 for me is about ascended masters. So when I see 333, it helps me connect back into that realm. So I go, I've seen lots of 333s. I must check in. I wonder how my mum, wonder this, or a memory of mum, or something of mum, or something of dad. Now dad's passed away as well. So ease into it. I think that would be my biggest message. If anybody else has got some comments to make about signs, that would be awesome. And then the difference, it's already 9 minutes. The difference between intuition and instinct. I've actually posted 3 links to articles on the video from yesterday, because they're, for me, and again, I'm exploring this. I'm no expert. I'm no Deepak. I'm no Carolyn Meese. I'm exploring this with you as I go through it. And what I've come up with for myself is that I have my mind and I have my thoughts. I have my gut and I have my instinct. And then I have this other thing that without thinking is called my intuition. So mind and thoughts about thinking, right? So when I'm sitting down, I go like with the numbers, right? I go adding up all the numbers. That's all happening with my mind and my thoughts. Adding up to nearly, it was $218, it was $218. So that's all focused thoughts and mind. Then I go to my gut and my instinct, and I go and kind of tune into everything based around my knowledge and experience and understanding of being a human and living in a community of a tribe, if you like, of humans. And I go, does that feel right for me? Is that a fair price? Is that a good price? Does it feel right? Yeah, it does. So that's my gut and my instinct. And then to have 222 land like that without the thought or the mind or the gut or the instinct, it's like a sixth sense. I feel like I've really embraced that sixth sense. And for me, I guess it's that connection between my subconscious and my conscious mind. And my question was always, I know where my thoughts are coming from because they're coming from something based on the past experience, right? I know where my gut feeling and my instinct is coming from because that's based on I'm a human form and I have survival instinct. And as humans have evolved, that sits there. Where does intuition come from, Michelle? I wonder where that comes from. How does that get there? How did that intuition get from there to me actually doing something? So I start to question where things come from, and then I come up with what works. And I have the evidence that my intuition is not, this sounds weird because I haven't worked out how to explain it yet. The intuition is not in me, it's around me. Does that make sense? It's around me. It's a part of me, but it's not in me. You're all getting this, right? You're totally all over it and you know what I'm talking about, don't you? Good morning, everyone who has said good morning. Lovely to see you this morning. Who have I got? Priscilla. I've seen lots of double numbers and triple numbers weirdly often, but haven't been able to tune into why. Priscilla, you can go and look up the numbers on a website called Sacred. Have we got that one handy? I don't know, Robin. Sacred. Let me see if it. Sacred Scribes Angel Numbers. That's the best website. Doreen Virtue did have one. I'm not sure if she's still got it, but I find that Joanne from that website. What did I say it was called? Oh my goodness. Sacred Scribe Angel Numbers. You can click on any number. So it's not just a consecutive number. You could click on 712 and she has an interpretation of that. I really am tuned into the triple number sequence, not so much. And by 712, I mean you see 712 today and then you notice it again tomorrow and then you notice it again the next day. The other thing I can just highlight in here, I remember saying to somebody once, I've been seeing 111, I've been seeing 111 during the day, every day. It's amazing, isn't it? I don't know how. Oh my God, do you do that? Do you notice that? She goes, yeah. Everybody sees 111, and I'm going, really? You saw 111 too? So yesterday, when you were in front of your clock, you saw 111. She goes, no. But I would have seen it, 113 or 115 something. I'm going, no. 111. You saw it, and then you went on. You were living your life, and the next day you came back and you saw 111, right? Oh, thanks. Robin's shared that link in here. Awesome. Simone, Joanne Sacred Scribes website is a great place. Yep. 222 and 111 and 11 all the time at the moment. 111s, I think, are probably the I see them a lot too. They're the ones that are monitoring you, that you need to monitor your thought. And I think that is your gateway into more of this stuff. If you want to go in and expand your intuition, you start to see the 111s first. It's almost like a doorway. And I'm going down the hole. We're going down the rabbit hole. Priscilla, thank you. Yeah, there we go. Simone, thank you, Simone. When you see the ones, be mindful of what you're thinking because it's a powerful moment of manifestation. Awesome. Thank you. It's a powerful moment of manifestation and it's a powerful moment of it's one of those things I think too of building the evidence kit that I talk about. We're humans and we have such an existence. Well, it's 15 minutes, I've got to go. I see triple numbers all the time too, every day. Like we'll go out there. Yesterday we went on a drive, it would have been 40-minute drive, Monday, sorry, and in order we saw 000, 111, 222, 333, 444. Me and the kids. So the kids would go, oh, 333, 444. It's insane. It's insane. Play with it. It's a game. See what happens and see if it works for you. Take it or don't take it. Awesome. I gotta go. See ya. Have a great day. Bye, guys. Thanks for your participation this morning. See ya.